Now you know it's time to throw the whole show away when a friend of the show eat Kenya up. Is y'all ready to talk about it? Come on, let's go.
Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or fuck discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just bossed it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Voodoo Dog TV back with a quick little joke or whatever the case may be. This not even a quick joke. This a review. Oh Lord, girl, wrong girl, wrong voice, girl. Hey y'all, this is your girl Voodoo Dog TV back with another review, and we're gonna review Real Housewives of Atlanta season 1695, episode 3006. Listen, y'all. I want to start this off by saying this. Courtney, you ate Kenya up. You did. You don't even have a peach, girl. They just gave you a confessional and you ate Kenya up. Shout out to Courtney for holding her own against Kenya, because Kenya is one of the girls it's hard to hold your own against. So shout out to Courtney. But let's get into the review because I ain't got all day. So we opened up the episode with Kandi packing her bags after only day 3. She spent one day in the hospital with Kenya with this falsity, and then she spent another day being sick. Girl, Kandi, why did you come? Girl, they gonna fire you. I sure hope you know that. There's a reason why your seat is all the way at the end. Can't remember the last time Candy's seat, was at the end. But for some odd reason, I think Bravo and them is tired of you, girl. They tired of paying you all this money for you to dip in and dip out like you the dippers. You know what I'm saying? Them people ain't got time for that. We need you around here to the doggone place or whatever. But anyway, so girl, it's the same day, and Monyetta gets up to go tell Kenya about what happened last night. You know what I'm saying? Kenya makes mention that she had been in the ambulance twice this year. Not the ambulance, the ambulance. You know what I'm saying? She said twice this year, and it's a lot going on. Yeah, because you're a drama queen. Just that. Anyway, Monyetta get to telling her about what happened last night, and she said, girl, it went down for hours. I know Kandi kind of gave you a little yin, but she didn't really tell you. She was like, but Kandi basically, I talked to her and Kandi said she mad with Drew because Drew's trying to act like she lying. And she said not only did Kandi see it, she said who it was, Kandi, Marlo, the girls who was there on that trip that last season, all of them was there. All of the girls had seen her. And she was like, everybody saw it. So how you gonna lie and say that, everybody else lying and you not? That's because you know what? Drew is a pathological liar. You can see it in her face every single time. That girl even said that they had called Toya. And Toya said, yes, we kissed. Or I don't know, did they call Toya? I don't think they called Toya. Yeah, Drew called Toya and was like, please tell them we didn't kiss. And Toya was like, girl, no, we didn't kiss. But the gag is the producers played the flashback of Toya telling you on screen on set of the reunion that y'all kissed. So stop the cap. I'm with Kenya. She probably paid the girl to say that. Say what I said. But anyway, so they get to talking back and forth or whatever. And Kenya is sad that she missed all of this, but she's happy to be going on the trip today. She says she's blessed. She didn't hurt nothing. She could have broke her bones and been paralyzed. She got to put 20 on 10. That's what Kenya do. So she said she could have been paralyzed from the waist down from that fall, but she is happy and she's made it. And she said she never would have made it without you. That's what she said. That ain't what I said, but that's what she said. You know what I'm saying? But she's just happy that she's going to be able to go on the trip. Now, this is what I want to say about Monyetta. I just watched Nene Leakes part 2 interview with Carlos King. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's very good. Monyetta, I'm so glad Nene name dropped you and asked why are you there, because I want to know the same thing. Why are you here? Why is she here, Ike? Why is she here? Why are you here? You don't do nothing but just brown nose everywhere you go, girl. You were supposed to be from New Orleans. You were supposed to get up there and act a damn fool and represent for the 504 for the people of the greater New Orleans. And you got up there and you showed you were nothing but a little biatch. I don't like it for you, fat. I don't like it. Anyways, she goes on to tell Kenya that Marlo was recording last night and sent the video to Toya. Basically trying to say that Marlo was being messy. And Marlo was being messy. She really was. But the gag was, we find out later that your ass was recording too. Girl, let me tell you something. This double standard y'all have, and I don't even care about Marlo, but this double standard y'all have for certain people is really driving me crazy. What I don't like about this cast is what's good for the goose is never good for the gander. Y'all will tear Marlo down, even though Marlo sometimes deserve it, but y'all will tear that girl down, and when somebody else do the same thing, it's mum's the word. And we gonna get to that, Kenya. That's why Courtney ate your ass up. But anyway, yeah, I don't like that, girl. Monyetta, go home. Go get your white man, get your clear man, and y'all go hike up to the mountains up there in what do you call it? Stone Mountain. Y'all go hike up Stone Mountain or something. Cause you got on my nerves this episode, girl. Go home. I don't like you. I'm glad you changed the wig, but go home nevertheless. Let's move on. So now Drew done met Sheree downstairs because they about to go on another adventure. And she starts to talking to Sheree about what happened last night. And Drew tells Sheree that basically Talia sent her the video that Marlo sent her. And she don't understand why Marlo is so invested. Well, girl, this is a reality show and you lied. What we want to know is why did you lie? Did you lie because I have a few theories. I feel like Drew lied because number one, she's married. Number two, she's a so-called Christian. Remember her mama, the pastor? You can't be carpet munching out down there in the front row of the church. You can't do that. I believe them the two reasons why she lied. Listen, we already know you be scissoring, girl. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nobody judging you. I done scissored a little in my day back in the day. You know what I'm saying? What's the problem? I'm confused as to what's going on. But, you know, she's going to go on this I'm innocent trail like as if people going to believe her. Girl, whatever. But she goes on to say Marlo secretly filmed her and she didn't know. Girl, according to Marlo said she had her phone up high up in the air, and from the angle, that's what it looked like to me. But then she also says Kenya wasn't downstairs, so Kenya need to stop talking. Kenya, you've done that a lot this episode. You have a lot to say about stuff that you wasn't there, and you bringing back bones of stuff you don't know nothing about, I'm sorry. But she said Kenya like to have an opinion, and she don't know why Kenya likes to do that. Because Kenya is messy, girl. She's here trying to earn her little check, because she ain't been doing much else, you know what I'm saying, this whole season. But, girl, it's just a mess that at the end of the day, Kenya is literally telling these girls that if she was Drew, she'll be pissed with Marlo, not Monyetta. Y'all is weird. Let's move on. So now after all the girls come downstairs, Kenya's happy to see the girls. She said, because I could have been a paraplegic from the fall that I had. I could have been a para or a quadriplegic, but I'm going to say para because I fell on my new booty. And, you know, I've made it. By the grace of God, I made it. And she's happy that she's going on a trip. Kenya, you do too much. Talking about you blessed to say you walking. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. We don't care. We don't want to hear it. Anyway, they hop on the bus. You know, after Sheree said, well, her inspiration for the trip is peace, girl. I don't know why you brought these girls. But they hop on the bus and she lets them know that they're going to do a sound bath, right? So, after Kenya made her statement, Courtney was like, girl, Kenya is a doggone trauma queen. Not a drama queen, but a trauma queen. She always got putting 20 on 10. And she do. I feel like she does that all the time. She really does put 20 on 10. But out of the mist come Kenya saying she won't feel better until Money Shaw, that's her name, decides to spit a rhyme. And in my mind, I say, who in the hell approved this and why? Money Shaw, you said you was a disc jockey. I don't remember you on Nair and Reed Station down there in the streets of the New Orleans. And I was born and raised. Do you hear me? I don't remember no goddamn Money Shaw. And in 2002, I was grown. Okay, I would have remembered you. But she spits this horrible rhyme. And I'm with Sheree, girl. Stick to your dancing job. I'm glad dancing worked out for you, Fat. Because, you know, Money Shaw wasn't, you know, she wasn't who you think she was. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, though. This picture you giving Trina tease. You giving early 2000s Trina tease. I'm gonna give you that. You looked cute. But girl, nobody ain't asked you to rap. Don't rap no more. And Kenya, stop doing that, because I feel like Kenya set you up for failure. She knew you sounded horrible. That's why she told you to do that, girl. Don't let these girls play in your face, Money Shaw. Girl. Anyway. So now they got to switch vans to smaller vans. So they got van A and van B because the girls got to go down a narrower path and they going to need the room or whatever. So I want to say in van A, it don't matter. It was Drew, Kenya, and Monyetta. And basically Kenya's in there trying to start some beef with the girl new cousin that we don't even know for sure is her cousin. And she was like, girl, you know, did you talk to your cousin today? Because I don't know, she been acting real funny or whatever. What's going on? And Drew was like, well, I seen her earlier. She gave me the little side hug, the little tap hug. You know the ones you give to the boy you don't like. You know what I'm saying? And he just, the where my hug at, boy. She gave me one of them, but you know, that's about all or whatever. And Kenya was like, girl, that's your cousin, girl. You need to watch her, girl. And Drew was like, well, I don't know. I don't understand. What's the problem? Of course she don't. So now we get down to the so-called sound healers. Let me tell y'all something, black people. Y'all got to be stronger and smarter than this. Clear people don't have soul. Clear people don't have sound. Clear people don't have nothing. Stop letting them people put y'all in a trance. Look at these two. They look like they come from off a scary movie and y'all about to go to sleep and let them take over your minds. Love is blind and it will take over your mind. Girl, stop that. Don't let them people take over your mind like they said on Eve's song. But I guess all in good sports, the girls decided to just go ahead on and go see what's going on. So they went laid down and did their healing or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, when that man was talking about, told them, have a good journey, bitch, I was terrified. I ain't gonna lie, I was terrified. But anyway, while all the girls are down on the journey, they don't know where they're going to, where no man has ever gone before. We get to see what the girls was thinking about while they on their journey. Now, Sheree said she was thinking about peace and, her fibroids, and she want to be stress-free. She don't want to have no problems going on. She want to be healed. You know what I'm saying? By the white healers. Not the white men in the white coat, but the white healers in the hippie outfits. That's what she said. Now, on the flip side, Sanya said she was worried about her sister. She said, I always looked at my sister like my little baby sister, but maybe I need to go back and revisit that. Because, I really need to take her feelings at, at bay. Like, I not at bay, but I need to take them seriously. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Sanya, girl, she gonna cuss your ass out. And then Drew said she was thinking about her marriage. Girl, why was you thinking about your marriage when your husband was out there in Vegas with that other woman? I'll be the other woman as long as I know that I'm the only other woman you make love to. Girl, bye. And Kenya with her cute, oh Lord, Brooklyn is, listen. She was thinking about Brooklyn, and I was all here for it until she said the latter part of that sentence of having another sibling for Brooklyn. Now, in regular sense, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. Give Brooklyn a little brother, a little sister. But you want to use the same eggs that Mark Daly is dragging you by your edges down there at the courthouse. Girl, y'all got to make it make sense now. And then on the flip side, we got Marlo said she waiting to go back home to Scotty, who's she said gonna rub all up in her down and all of that and feed her oxtails. I'll take the oxtails without Scotty. Yes, ma'am. Let's move on. So now they wake up out their trance and what's the girl named Drew? They was talking about what everybody was thinking about when they were sleeping, how they felt as far as the successes of this so-called journey they went on. Drew get the hollering. She was worried about thinking about her husband. She was wondering what he was doing and how things was going out there down there at the Vegas place. And I'm with Marlo. Marlo said, girl, your husband wasn't worried about you, girl. You sit up here worried about him and he out there with the other woman in Vegas. Girl, stop with all of that, Drew. You got to be stronger than that. Now, Kenya wakes up crying from her epiphany that she wants to give Brooklyn another sibling, which I'm all here for, just not with the likes of Mr. Mark Daly. You think he trying to take you to court for your draws, girl. He gonna take you for your heart and your soul. Don't do it, Kenya. Don't do it. But you know how we is, black women, when we crazy and dumb behind a knuckle. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what it is. Say what I said. But she crying. And the clear healer saw her crying and was like, hey, girl, did something like bother you? Like, can you share your experience, girl? Tell us what's going on. And she got the crying and said, Brooklyn is the best thing that ever happened to me. And I just want to give Brooklyn another sibling. And, I'm just, I don't know what I did to deserve Brooklyn. That part I agree with. I don't know what you did to deserve such a sweet, sweet baby, but whatever you did it and you got it. But Kenya, you can be a very nasty and mean person sometimes. Courtney gonna drag your ass for it. But yeah, I'm with you with everything except having another baby for Mr. Mark Daly. Girl, take them eggs and go sell them somewhere before you go, girl, look. Mark Daly, girl, please, he gonna own your life. Let's move on. Baby, not Monietta. Marlo said she had the best sleep she had. Marlo said she don't sleep at night since some people ran up in her house. You know what I'm saying? Last year when they was robbing everybody around there. So she don't be sleeping at night. So she took that time to take a nap. See, I wouldn't have been able to do it because I'd have started snoring. You know what I'm saying? I snore really bad. Yeah, I would have started snoring. They would have told me, get your ass up. So I couldn't do it. But shout out to Marlo for getting some rest. She needed so she can wake up and keep this show up. So now they getting ready to go to lunch because the people got lunch prepared for them. And Sheree still talking about how she wanted this to be about healing, girl. Ain't nobody healing, girl. What is you saying? She also goes on to say the lady said somebody might be putting a spell on her and if she knows some witches. She said, I don't know no witches, but I know a couple of bitches. I say, sound about right. Sound about right. But she said she not receiving the spell. Don't receive it, Sheree, because if you receive it, it will come to you, girl. But anyway, so then they get to talking and, kikiing and slapping fiving or whatever the case may be. And Drew decides to say last night was fun. And then Sheree hollers, yeah, last night was fun until, you know what I'm saying? And, here come Drew with the weird face. And that girl's going to say something. Marlo is ready and on go to say something. But Marlo was like, girl, look, I don't understand the big deal. We need to know the truth. I feel like the girls here need to know the truth because we need to see what's going on. I think that, it's only fair that we all know the truth. Basically, Marlo then goes on to say, I don't know why she tripping because, girl, all y'all little daggers on the low down daggers, down low daggers, all y'all is. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that serious. Just say what it is and then move on. Girl, she even brought up the fact that Kenya, or producers did, that Kenya was telling Toya she had a crush against her. I forgot she said she had a crush on Toya. Talking about, I never been with a woman but you and your energy. Girl, stop lying. Stop capping. All y'all hoes be scissoring on the low. But Marlo said all y'all daggers except doggone Sanya. She said Sanya the only one that don't like girls. Okay, Sanya, shout out to you for being 1 in a million. Girl, you're so 1 in a million. Anyway, so Drew turns around and tells Marlo she just desperate. She just need to bring stuff up. She just need to have a moment. And Marlo said, well, I don't understand why y'all all on me. Y'all acting like Marietta didn't record too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. What's the big deal? So, of course, Drew just feel like Marlo was just inserting herself, like I said, for a moment. And it just wasn't giving that. According to Drew, that's what she said. But see, Drew don't want to tell us what really happened, girl. Now, if them girls is saying, all 4 of them is saying, y'all kissed. What's the big deal? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I really don't understand. But it comes out, Marietta was like, well, girl, did you not send that video to, what's the girl name, to Toya, basically trying to be shady? And she said, yeah, I did. It was fun shade. I did. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, because I needed her to see that basically, Drew is talking crazy about you or whatever. Now, that sent Drew over the edge. Drew get the cussing and fussing and carrying on, talking about she'll flip the table or whatever, girl. And I'm just sitting here going, Drew, you ain't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight, girl. Stop with all of that. Stop with all of that. Like, what are we doing here? Stop acting like you really like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not like that. And plus, I really don't think you want that with Marlo. Marlo's a big girl. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think you want that. Stop with all of that. But Marlo was holding her own, and Marlo was like, I said what I said. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Heifer, I sent it to her. What's up? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do about it? Now, Marietta jumps in hollering about it was a collusion. Talking about they had a collusion against you. And everybody going like, a collusion? What the hell is a collusion, girl? What is you saying? Even Sanya had to say it was wrong for her to say that. Now, they get in a confessional and they asked Marietta, girl, what the hell is a collusion? And she kind of gave a rough draft definition. You could tell she been watching CNN and some old Donald Trump conspiracy type stuff. But she gave a rough draft definition. And then they turned around and they asked Marlo if she knew what it was. And she said Marietta don't know what it is. And they asked Drew and Drew looked it up, girl. But anyway, moving on. Kenya decides it was the opportune time to take some information that she didn't know to be true from Marietta and say, hey, girl, Drew, just so you know, the girls was talking about you. They was ganging up on you last night, just so you know. Now, why did she say that? Why? Now, she done turned Courtney up, and Courtney was just like, girl, what are you talking about? You don't even know what you're talking about. You wasn't there. Like, what's the big deal? Courtney got the yelling at her saying, girl, you was not there. Mind your business. Like, you are really doing too much. Mind your damn business. But Kenya is going to say what she said, mean what she mean, and just leave it at that. But Courtney told her, mind your goddamn business because you don't know what you're talking about. These are my thoughts on this. Kenya, you wrong. You dead wrong because you've been doing this a lot lately. You have really been going back, bringing back bones that you wasn't even there to witness. And for Courtney to basically shut you down the way she did, she should, and she did right. Because you really was being messy without the real tea. Like, you don't know, Marietta is not the person to be taking the real tea from. Now, Kenya had to respond and was like, girl, I am the moment. And Courtney said, girl, you are the moment of ass busting. Sound about right, sound about it, girl. That's about it, girl. You ain't the moment of nothing but busting your ass. I said, look at Courtney Reed. Go ahead on, Courtney. Go ahead. But anyway, Sheree decides to get a little couth about herself and say she embarrassed and she gets up and leave. Girl, bye. The girls go run behind her saying, Sheree, we're sorry. Sheree, Courtney trying to stay good in Sheree's good graces because she knows that basically, you know, she don't want Sheree to kick her out or whatever. And Sheree says she can't believe it. She's there for healing. Girl, you brought the wrong group. Now, on the flip side, Kenya is over there telling what's the girl named Drew? Hey, you need to watch your people. And Drew was like, girl, it's snakes everywhere. She was like, no, girl, the snake is your cousin. I said, ooh. But she went and grabbed Courtney and pulled her aside and was like, girl, now if we supposed to be family, that we've never verified, but if we supposed to be family, you supposed to be on my side. And Courtney was like, girl, you letting them put this BS in your head, girl. I never did nothing or say nothing about you, girl. And at the end of the day, I find it very funny that y'all could drag Marlo for videotaping and y'all not dragging Monyetta when she did the same thing. But you know, Drew's gonna sit up here and make it seem like it's everything but what it is. You know, she just don't like Marlo, and that's just that, and that's fine. But I like that Courtney was like, it's a double standard, because it really is. It really is a double standard, and it shouldn't be. Now the producers went on and asked Monyetta what's the difference between her and anybody else, and she was like, well, the difference is I didn't send it, and when they said stop taping, I stopped taping. So that's the difference, girl. You still did the same thing. Let me tell y'all something. Any bitch who could pull out a video camera while we turning up or we doing something private, I don't trust them. Let's move on. So now they get back to the hotel. Kenya's FaceTiming little Brooklyn, telling Brooklyn she's not having the best time. And for the first time, she left Brooklyn home. Shout out to you. But she asked Brooklyn Brooklyn asked her why she not having a good time. And she said, because people are mean. And Brooklyn say, oh, I'm so sorry, mommy. She's such a sweet girl. On the flip side, Marlo shows us her 50 inches as Courtney and Sanya comes waltzing into her hotel because they getting ready to go down there to dinner, right? On the flip side, the other girls have met downstairs and they down there talking about what's been going on all this time. So Drew is still dragging it that Marlo is overdoing it and Marlo is dragging it. And it's just like, girl, everybody's saying the same thing. If 4 people saw you do the same thing, you're not about to make them out to be a liar. You know what I'm saying? You just not. And for the life of me, you not owning this is making it worse. You just don't know. But Kenya has to put 20 on 10 and was like, girl, you over here talking to us while they over there polluting your cousin, your allegedly cousin, and telling that girl not to deal with you and you better go get her because she gonna be ruined by these girls. I know these girls. You need to go get your cousin. Kenya, why is you starting that beef? That don't even make no sense. Don't start that type of beef. That ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe Courtney getting coerced to do nothing. But anyway, while that's going on, the girls over there in Marlo room get to talking. And Courtney don't understand why they have a double standard. And she also starts to talk about how, like, you know, Drew is acting funny. She with these girls, she acting funny, you know what I'm saying? And I don't get it. She saying they running around here trying to make it seem like y'all are basically trying to tell me what to do. And who the hell do they think I am? What would make them think I'm a person like that who's so easily coerced? And Stanley was like, you know what's so crazy, girl? We never said nothing negative about your cousin. And you never said nothing negative to us about your cousin. Like, we wouldn't even do you like that. You know what I'm saying? And Marlo had to agree, but Marlo said, girl, you know how these girls are. Shout out to Marlo, girl. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all could call Marlo every gutter snipe in the doggone dictionary, but what you will say is that's bad bitch gutter snipe. Marlo is killing it, as you should. Go ahead, Marlo. So now the girls go get on the van to get down here to dinner. And when they get there, everybody's arriving. Everybody's getting their place, ordering their drinks or whatever because they want to do a toast. Kenya orders this doggone, what was it? A cappuccino margarita. I ain't never heard of no crap like that. But she orders a cappuccino margarita to take her shot with or take her toast with. And she ends up not liking it. Sanya running back and forth to the bathroom, but when she made it back, she realized that her drink was gone and Kenya gave it back because Kenya apparently had stole it. So now Kenya asked Monyetta or asked if anybody had spoken to Candy, and you know Monyetta have. You know, she's got to keep her butt up, you know, her nose up Candy's butt. And she said, yeah, I talked to her, and you know, Monyetta said that Candy said she's going to talk about the situation that happened or at another time because she really want to get some things off her chest. You know what I'm saying? But then she also goes on to say how, you know, apparently Toya said that, you know, Marlo sent her that message or that video out of some negativity. Basically, Marlo was being negative and shady when she sent it. And Marlo said, I said what I said. I told you I sent the shady because it was just me. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm messy. That's how I roll. Now, Sanya confronted Monietta and was like, girl, I really didn't appreciate you using that word collusion or whatever she said. She said, it was just too much, girl. You was putting 20 on 10, and I didn't think that was the right words to use, especially, you know what I'm saying, seeing as, you really wasn't there, or whatever the case may be. You don't know what actually happened. So now Monietta gets to respond, and then she says she apologized for using that word. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I didn't mean no harm by it, girl. I was just trying to, express what I thought I saw down there that night. So now Marlo says she want to know the truth about the kiss. Now I know I mentioned that this happened at lunch, but that was my apologies. It actually happened at dinner. Marlo says she want to know the truth about the kiss because we the people need to know. That's what she said. But of course, Drew got to act a damn fool. And that's when they went to going back and forth about, hey, you need to worry about your charges and you need to worry about your edges. And I'm going to shake she done shook the table. And then Marlo brought up the liens. I said that earlier. My apologies. It came at dinner and not at lunch. Moving on. Let's talk about Drew talking about this healing journey that she's on that, what's his name? Wreck-It Ralph done got off. Now, she done passed the 7-year itch, but it turns out they about to make their 8th-year anniversary, and not only is Ralph not working on it as well, baby Ralph is down there in Vegas with the girls, okay? The producer asked her how she feel about that and what's going on down there in the marriage, and she said, she find it very hard that, Ralph just gave up on the healing and going to counseling and all of that, and she wished that he had came to counseling and kept doing the work. But apparently, girl, Wreck-It Ralph don't give a damn about you or that damn counselor. So now this is what gaslighting at its finest happens. When they bring up the karma situation, Kenya takes this time to tell Courtney that she's wrong and low-hanging fruit for laughing at her situation of her falling and busting her new booty and calling it karma. She said that's so wrong. It's so rude and so wrong. It's so rude and so wrong, right? Well, baby, Miss Courtney said, do you want me to bring the receipts? I said what I said because you're a nasty person. She said, now, I did say that I hope that you okay. And, Drew tried to jump in and say, yeah, she did say that. But to no avail because Kenya ain't going. Kenya don't believe it. So Nasanya was like, well, girl, that's not saying you. Courtney was like, girl, that's fine. If you don't believe it, that's on you. She said, because you know everything. You don't believe nothing nobody say, but you know everything. You always bringing a bone back. She was like, girl, hush. Go lay down. Like, I'm done. And listen, let me tell y'all something. The way Courtney had, what's that girl named? Kenya, kind of not really responding as old Kenya would have. I say let Courtney come on back down for the next season because we like it. We finally got somebody to get Kenya together and I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? Now, Marlo and what's that girl named Drew still going back and forth. When Marlo brought up the fact that your husband work in technology and you could check all his liens online, Drew didn't like that. Drew said, first of all, bitch, keep my man's name out your mouth. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Or you never put my man's name in your mouth. And Marlo said, girl, it is a free country. I'm going to do and say as I please. Who going to check me, boo? But Drew, instead of being a woman and taking her lick and her L, she's going to later go home and talk to her husband and tell her husband that Marlo said he works in technology or whatever they say he works. Girl, y'all tired and through. I'm just sorry. I'm over this Drew and Marlo thing, girl. Drew, you could tell Marlo keep your name out her mouth or keep her name out your mouth. But girl, at the end of the day, Marlo is going to drag. That's what Marlo does. She drags. And you falls right into her hole every time it's time to drag. And I don't understand why you even do it. At this point, I would say I don't even want to have a comment on it before I even make any more comments because you're making yourself look dumber and you can't hang with the likes of Marlo when it comes to the read. You just can't. So at this point, I feel like you need to just throw in the towel, like on Rocky. Just throw in the towel or whatever and let it live. Let live and let God. You know what I'm saying? Leave it in God's hand because it's not working out in your favor, Tube Top. It's not working out in your favor. I'm sorry. I wish it did, but it's just not Tube Top. It's not. You cannot go at it with the likes of Marlo, low down, dirty shame Hampton. Marlo will drag you down for filth. Do you hear me? Drag you all the way down. She has a history of doing it. She's known for doing it. She's probably got a felony for doing it. And that's just what it is. But Courtney and Kenya still arguing. Courtney said, girl, it was karma. What's that girl name? Kenya said, girl, it was not karma. It was the grace of God. We already talked about that. And she was like, she could have really hurt herself. Girl, shut up, Kenya. Just shut up. Just shut up at this point, because at this point you just doing the most. But she was like, nobody likes you. And look at Marlo. We love you, Marlo. Sheree's over there telling them to calm down and speak in their inside voice, but it ain't working. Basically, dinner is a disaster. She ready to just go ahead on, take it on upstairs. She done. Nah, it's the next day, which is the last day, and everybody talking to their kids. And did we not notice that Deucey was on the phone telling his mammy or his pappy that he'll drop the phone outside the window? Deucey needs his ass whipped. I don't care what nobody say. So now they going to the winery. They get down to the winery. It's another clear woman offering them wine, saying that it's been in a certain family for 300 years. I'm pretty sure it was stolen from people of color because we are all over America, but that's neither here nor there. We talking about this doggone show. So they get ready to do their wine tasting, and all of a sudden, Ralph texts Marlo. And the first thing came to my mind is, why the hell does he have Marlo's number one? And number two, why is he comfortable texting her? You know what I'm saying? So she tells the girls, hey, y'all, by the way, you know, I got to say what I'm going to say. But Ralph just texted me. You know what I'm saying? And I thought I should bring it to the girls' attention of what the girls, Ralph, are saying. You know what I'm saying? She wants to read it to the girls so that they can hear it all at once, because she said, you know, it's at the end of the day, he's a man. And she's a woman, so she don't want to have to feel like she's in this on her own. She want everybody to hear. And when she get to read, she get to see what he said. And he said, Marlo, I understand you're saying disrespectful things about me on this trip. I am disappointed because I thought we were cool, and I've been nothing but nice to you. I forgave you for disrespectful things you said about me last year, and now it's getting old. Please keep my name out of your mouth. Now, this is 1000% wrong. No man should be speaking to a woman, period. And I know Marlo turned around and apologized to Drew, you know what I'm saying, because she didn't want to be confronting a man, but at the end of the day, it's wrong. And what's even more baffling is the fact that King was like, just leave it alone, just leave it alone. Not miss, he's aggressive, he's confronting a woman, he's abusive. But now you mum's the word when it comes to this. Kenya, you is wrong. You is wrong. And you know, Drew, at the end of the day, as a woman, you another woman speaking to another woman. If you can't handle her, why you didn't just say that? Why you need to call your husband for reinforcements behind another woman? And oh, Sheree, I just threw this in here because, you know, this is the better picture of the ones I've seen in the past. But Sheree, I don't like what you did to your face. And I'm going to say it every time I see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. You know, it's not for me to like. It's not my face, it's yours. But nevertheless, so yeah, Drew, you ain't crap. You ain't worth a dime. You couldn't handle Marlo, so you had to call your husband. What type of what type of stuff y'all own? Like, what type of stuff y'all own? I don't get that. It's weird. Sanya thinks they had a good trip, and I'm saying good where? Good where? Saying y'all ain't had no good trip. She said Drew got to make up with about 5-6 people, as she should, including her husband. They ain't want to talk about that though. So now the clear people come out with a song and dance that they've probably stolen from someone else of rhythm. And they come out with a song and dance, and Drew Silly Simon, Suckum Silly Simon, super silly ass, made a comment that the people were pilgrims. The producer asked her why she thought there was pilgrims, and it was given Portia first season. And she said, that's what they are, right? And the producer had to say, girl, there are no more pilgrims. Girl, is this racist? Drew, should you be brought up on charges from like that time when Kenya wore that Indian outfit for Halloween? We shall see, but you's an idiot. I'm just saying, you're an idiot. But anyway, that's why the episode ended. They ended up with a song and dance. Monietta gave them more choreography to steal from black people that they're gonna add a little mayo to, and they gonna, you know, act like they've invented it as the clear people do. And that was the end of this episode. What y'all think? Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of that. And I will see you hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.